Sam Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Baby Got Scraps, a scrappy inspiration YouTube and Instagram hop. And this is day 19. Can you believe it? 19 layouts have been created thus far using one 12 by 12 piece of paper and the rest scraps. So if you hadn't had a chance to check out any of the other videos, they are listed. Oh, not listed. My bad. They're over there on my channel. Hop on over and take a look at those as well. This is a black and white and gray kit. Now I do have some frames. I do have a whole bunch of black and white embellishments. And then as you see there, I did sprinkle in some of the gold. I'm going to go ahead and pull my punches out for this layout as well. That's the picture that I'm going to scrap today. And I'm going to go ahead and use this sketch. I do just set it up in front of me. Now the layout or the scraps that I have are mostly cardstock scraps and then a couple strips of pattern paper. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the branding strip off. That is a horrid, I'm sorry if you like it, but that is so busy. I could never, I tried to use it on several different things and that is just, that's not my style. It's too busy. So I am going to make the most of that paper that came from a paper pad, and I'm going to use the back side of it. I'm going to go ahead and trim this down just a smidge because I want the picture to be the same size that the sketch calls for, because if you guys watched my video, you know they're always bigger. And so I'm trying something new, and I'm going to go ahead and get it to the right size. I do trim it down on the sides just a bit. It is just a Snapchat filter, obviously, because look how great that picture is. And it just has a film strip on it, so I'm just trimming it down just a little bit. And that is going to be my picture, just my selfie of me. I actually went into the office that day and I was all proud of myself because I had been home for like 7 months. I'm going to take this very large piece scrap that I had in the kit already. I am not going to trim it. I am not going to cut it down. I am just going to plop it on the page because it is still a scrap, right? Yay! I'm going to go ahead and matte my photo in this kind of creamy off-whitey color, and then I'm going to matte it on the black as well. I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to roughly trim the border around my photo. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to matte it in one of the black pieces of cardstock as well, because FYI, I have more black cardstock scraps than I do anything else. So I am trying to rectify that. And this scrap has been so much fun. I cannot tell you guys how much fun I've had playing along with the Baby Got Scraps and all the other lovely ladies that are playing with it. Just using up my scraps was fun. All right, so I'm going to get some mixed media on here as well. I do pull out the black soot and one of the darker gray distress inks and my little cheapo makeup brush that I picked up at Dollar General. Yes, I did. Works just wonderful. And I'm going to take this white cardstock. It is from Stampin' Up, and it was a scrap that I had, and it's got the heat embossed leaves already on it, so I'm going to make this a black and gray. Inky mess. Now right here, I did learn this little trick off of one of the other YouTubers, and I believe it was MK. When you're doing this, you hold, instead of holding the paper with your fingers and getting it all inky and then making fingerprints, use the lid. Ah, best idea ever. Shout out to you, honey, because that was, yes, score on that little trick right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep getting that all just, rubbed around, blended in. And then I did take a towel and wipe it off. Now I'm going to matte my photo on this, and I'm going to use this as a very large border for my page. Excuse me. And I'm just going to trim that off. Make it even. I do use my trimmer because I'm using, such a large strip that, man, that would have been so wonky if I had tried to do that on my own. All right, so now I know that this is where I want my photo to go. And I'm going to come in with my hexagon punch, and I'm just going to punch out a whole bunch of hexagons. I did some in the black cardstock, and then I do some in the camera pattern paper. That was from a 6x8 paper pad. And then I'm going to go ahead and make hexagons and all these other fun shapes. And I do off screen grab another punch, which is a flower punch, not the one that's sitting up there. I will show you that. It's one with 3 little starburst flowers on it, and I punch that out of the remaining scraps to create the huge flower elements for the layout. I'm just going to go ahead and separate these all out so that as I grab them, I don't, put like by like and have to keep searching. And I'm going to start gluing those down. Now I'm going to go ahead and get my picture adhered down because it's ready to be adhered down. I get it stuck on there, push it in place, and now I'm going to come in with my liquid glue, and I use my fine liner bottle with the art glitter glue in it just because, I might have to move them around, and I don't want to try to futz with the ATG. So I'm just going to start sprinkling these all around the page based on the layout, and I am following the sketch that I had there. I do go rogue in some areas. In other areas, I don't. I do add more of the large flowers than it actually has on there. And my hexagons are going a different direction, but it's cool. I'm cool with it. I do run some of them off the page. You guys know I like to do that. I believe I was talking to my son at one point. That's why you guys see me stop. And we're just going to keep going. Now, while I'm getting all these adhered down to the page, I do want to take a moment to remind you that this is the Baby Got Scraps YouTube and Instagram hop, and listed down in the description box below will be a link to all the YouTubers and Instagrammers that are playing along. Now, some of them may not have a video today because not everybody is playing along daily. They're playing along as they can or as time is permitted for their busy schedules. So we just decided to list everyone, and by we I mean the group did. That way it would just be easier. So they might not have a scrap layout up, but they may have something else up because they may have another video that needed to be posted today, and you can go watch that video too. But when you're done watching my video, I will ask you, please hop on over to their channels and show them some love as well and get inspired to use up all of your scraps. And I'm just trying to find a place to put this little guy because I only had a couple left, and well, I wanted to, use them all. So it was like success. I used all of them that I punched out. I'm going to go ahead and punch out this little star. What's it? Not a star, it's a flower. Da-da-da. And I do 3 in the black. And then I'm going to take that camera that camera paper, and I'm going to punch 3 out in that, except I'm using it for the white side, right? I know. Oh, bad Becky. But I did use it for the white side. All right, so now I punched out all those little stars, and I'm going to show you how I made my flowers. I have my little brad setter, and I'm just going to take the smallest one, then go to the next size, and the next size all the way down to the base. Poke it through, and I hold it in place so that I can just pop my cute little brad in. And yes, I should have used a gold brad because gold was my accent, but it's fine. I mixed my metals, I know. And here they are. Look how cute they are. All right, so I do flip over my page and trim off some of those extras that I ran off of the page. And, oh, okay, better. I'm just going to go ahead and get these guys stuck down. I do have the little label that I cut in half, and I'm going to stick him right there because I have that open spot, and I'm trying to cover up the open spot as much as possible. And I'm going to take some foam, and I'm going to stick some foam adhesive onto the flowers because I want them to lift up off the page even more than they are now. All right, and I'm just going to get those all popped on there. Apparently, I'm going to make you watch me do all this. I do apologize. And I'm just going to get them stuck down onto the layout. So I did not bring any mixed media, I believe, onto this layout, but I got my punches. Whoop. I'm always the scorer when I use those things because that is my scrappy goal, to use the stuff that I have. And I have a lot of the stuff that needs to be used. And obviously a die and a punch will never use up, right? Because, well, unless it breaks, it could happen. But, you know, if you only use it once, it wasn't. It's just, you got to use it more than once because, you know, you could make a month-long hexagon layout series and every day create a page with hexagons on it, and they probably wouldn't look the same, right? Because you're always doing something different color schemes, different collections, different photos, you know, different layouts. So yeah, get those stuff out and use them. That's what I say. And use your scraps, because man, using punches on scraps, easy peasy. Then you don't have to cut into a brand new sheet of paper and create more scraps. All right, I'm off my soapbox now. I'm going to go ahead and get another cluster of flowers right up here. And I couldn't find that one, right? Because everything's black and white. Total black and white. Like, at this point, we are monotoning it up. I'm going to come in and add this little chipboard here, and it says something about beautiful life, something. I do like this little saying down there that ability may take you to the top, but character keeps you there. And it's vellum. I do just adhere it to the page because it's kind of you can't see the adhesive through it. So, and I just stick some more gold accents around the page. And this video is quickly coming to an end. So I want to remind you again to go in the description box below and check out all the other wonderful ladies that are playing along. Go see what they've created. If you liked my video, please give me a thumbs up. Leave any question, comments, or concerns in the video, down below, and I will answer you back. But that's going to do it for this layout. And thank you. See you tomorrow.